Home of the Brave by Catherine Applegate, chapters 8 through 12. Lessons, chapter 8. I'll let you get settled, Dave says, but first I'll give you some lessons. Your aunt and your cousin know these things, but you'll need to know them too. Number 1, he says, always lock your door. Ganwar, show Kek what a key looks like. In my old home, my real home, my father kept us safe. We had no need for locks. Number 2, he says, this is a light switch. He pushes a tiny stick on the wall and the room turns to night, then blinks awake. In my old home, my real home, the sun gave us light, and the stars watched us sleep. This thermostat, Dave says, keeps you warm. He pretends to shiver, to paint a picture for his words. In my old home, my real home, we were a family, and our laughter kept us warm. We didn't need a magic switch on a wall. I nod to say yes, I understand, but I wonder if I will ever understand, even if Dave stands here, pointing and talking forever. Chapter 9, Goodbyes. I'll be going now, Kek, Dave says, but I'll see you tomorrow. I smile to show my thanking. Remember that this will take time, he says. It isn't easy to make such a big change. Things are very different here. In the camp, I say, they called America heaven on earth. They say many things in the camps, Ganwar says. You'll see how wrong they were. Dave shakes his finger at Ganwar. You behaving lately, buddy? He asks with a smile. My aunt answers when Ganwar doesn't. He had another fight last week. Ganwar looks up at the ceiling. At least I won. I'll talk to your counselor at school, Dave says. I wonder from his sound if he has said these words before. Ganwar and I will go to school together? I ask with hope. No, Dave says. Ganwar is in 11th grade and you will be in 5th. He pats my back. Kek, if you need anything, have your aunt get in touch with me. I'm always here to help. I will be okay, I say, using my best English words. Soon I will make snowballs. I make a big grin so that my new friend Dave will not worry. I wonder if he can tell it is a pretending smile. Kek, my aunt says, he's a good boy. He will try hard to make his new life work. I can hear her struggle to find the English words just like I do. My aunt glances at Ganwar. You see, Dave, Kek finds sun when the sky is dark. Ah, says Dave, an optimist. I look away. I cannot find any sun today, I think. Dave shakes my hand, and when the door closes behind him, I'm surprised that I feel afraid. A little bit. Dave isn't like my father, not at all, but it's been good to have someone watching over me, even for just a while. It's been a long time since I've known that feeling. Like a soft blanket on a night when the wind howls. Chapter 10, Father. He had many cattle, my father, and the respect of our village, but it was his voice that made him a rich man among men. His voice was deep like a storm coming, but gentle, like the rain ending. My people are herders. We move with the seasons, with the wet and the dry, so that the cattle may be strong and well fed. We cannot carry much with us, so our stories don't make their homes in heavy books. We hold our stories in our songs. No one knew more songs than my father, and no one sang them with a voice as clear and sure. He knew songs of the stars and the wind, of love and betrayal, of war and regret. Always the villagers would beg, just one more song, Dak. Our ears longed for one more story. At night, before we went to sleep, my father would make new songs for my brother Lowell and me. He sang my favorite the night he was killed. The crocodile snaps, and still Kek swims. The feet bleed, and still Kek dances. The calf vanishes, and still Kek searches. The sandstorm blinds, still Kek laughs. My stubborn Kek, my willful son, if you tell me you can dance with the wind, if you tell me you can sleep with the lion, if you tell me you can harvest the stars, how can I doubt you? my son. Chapter 11. Bed. We must feed you. My aunt speaks in my language the right way, with the notes where they belong. Ganwar, will you show the other rooms? There are more? I ask. How can that be? You have a kingdom here. A TV machine, a sitting place, a cooking fire. The smile on Gunwar's face is a surprise. Suddenly I remember him playing with my brother, wild boys chasing each other like lion and prey, searching out mischief in every corner of the village. Gunwar leads me to a little room for bathing. He instructs, but watch out, the water comes out hot and fast. I point to the magic water pot, like the one on the flying boat. You don't go outside? He laughs. It would turn to yellow ice. I laugh too. Gunwar stares at me. Always his eyes seem to know more than I will ever know. You laugh like your brother, he says. He is quiet. His grin is gone. Too bad I do not look like him, I say. And I am glad to see Gunwar's smile return. It means we will not talk of why I am here, and Lul is not. Too bad for sure, Gunwar agrees. I have a silly face, to tell the truth of it. I have the eyelashes of a girl, as Lul and Gunwar liked to remind me. My ears look like they want to fly me away, and my smile makes up most of my face, and my smile takes up most of my face. My brother was the handsome one. Everywhere girls watched him with shy, smiling eyes. Another room is waiting. On the floor lie blankets and pillows, like gentle dunes. I run my hands over covers softer than a new calf's coat. Just one mattress so far, says Gunwar, and his voice tells me that this is not a good thing. Dave says maybe he can find more soon. You and I will sleep in the other room. We'll take turns on the sofa. Sofa? I repeat. It's a long chair. You can sleep on, Gunwar explains. You don't need to share, I say. I'll try not to get in the way. You know you are welcome here, Gunwar says, but I cannot tell if he means his words. It's a strange pain to be with those you belong to and feel you don't belong. Carefully I take a step onto the blanket cloud. I stumble, then stand, then jump and fall, and jump some more. Gunwar shakes his head. You haven't changed, my cousin, he says. You're still a crazy little boy. I stop my jumping. I am not a little boy, I think. Not anymore. But I keep the words in my heart. Chapter 12. Brother. My brother Lul was Gunwar's age and just as tall. Maybe that's why he tried always to tell me what to do. Have you lost your ears, my stubborn brother? He would say. You must listen to our father and mother, and soon you'll be a man, not a silly boy. I would sigh, I would laugh, and once I even slipped 2 snakes into his sleeping mat while he lay snoring. The whole village awoke to his screams. I know it was wrong to do, but they were harmless snakes. When I saw Lul's face, I laughed until my eyes rayed. Every day Lul scolded, and every day I thought, Lul, please just be my brother. I don't need 2 fathers. I didn't know that too soon I would not have any. Still, though, he could peck at me like a sharp-beaked bird. Lul knew well how to make his little brother laugh. He would have known a soft bed was made for jumping. He would have growled at me for misbehaving, but then, when no one was looking, he would have jumped just as high. I would give all the beds in the great world to feel the sharp thorn of Lul's scolding once again.